everyone, welcome back or to my channel if you're new here. Hope you guys have an amazing day so far, an amazing weekend if you're watching this over the weekend or whenever I decide to post this. And for today's video, I'm going to be doing a wrap-up of the previous book haul that I posted. I think it was back in like December or something, maybe late, maybe earlier, can't remember, don't quote me on that. And I'm also going to be showing you guys some more books that I bought to add to my TBR. So if you guys would like to see what books I still have yet to read off of my TBR and what books I bought to add onto my TBR, then keep on watching. So the first book that I have left on my TBR that I am currently reading is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I just started this book, I think maybe yesterday, maybe the day before. I powered through The Housemaid, which was my first Frida McFadden book. I very much enjoyed it. I was very actually shocked at how the ending was. A lot of people said that they had hit or miss feelings about that Frida McFadden book. I enjoyed it. Did I enjoy it as much that I'm gonna grab the second book and the third book? Not too sure. So currently reading The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I've made about that much of a dent. You can see my little bookmark. I'm on page 56. So just started this book. Hopefully it's good. I heard mixed reviews about it. This is the first time I'm reading something from Riley Sager. I like it so far, so yes. The next book that I will be reading once I'm done reading The House Across the Lake is The Manor House by Gilly McMillan. Pretty self-explanatory. It takes place in a house, I believe. It's a very, very short book, so I should be able to power through it very quickly. And yeah, so these are the three that I still have to read from my first TBR that I did back in December. So now, in no particular order, I'm going to be showing you guys the books that I have recently purchased that I will be adding onto my TBR. Again, no particular order. This does not necessarily mean that the order I pull these books in is the order I will read these books. I will just be going eeny, meeny, miny, mo, picking a book I think is good, etc., etc., etc. So the first book that I have in my little roots bag that had all my chapters books in it is The Weekend Retreat by Tara Laskowski. And it says, 3 couples, 3 days, a family getaway to die for. I am only reading like the short little blurbs on the front or the back of the books, and I'm going in completely blind with all of these books. As I was told, that is what's best to do whenever you're reading new books. So I have this one on my TBR. The next one I have on my TBR is one that I've had on for a while. The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. It's a New York Times bestseller, and it's apparently a show on Apple TV Plus. So unfortunately, I don't have Apple TV, but this does come to Netflix and Amazon Prime Video. If I very much enjoy this book, I will probably watch the show or the movie or whatever this is. So yeah, heard great things about it. And again, it's a psychological thriller, as is this, as is basically everything in here, except for, I think, one book. But I'm trying to branch out into different genres to see if I'm more of like a psychological thriller girl, a fantasy, a romance, etc., etc., etc. So these are the first two. So the next one that I got, this is a new one that just recently came out, I believe end of January. It's called 27 Minutes by Ashley Tate. And yeah, it says, welcome to West Wilmer, where everyone knows everyone and where everyone has a secret. I'm very excited to read this book. Again, I'm very much into like the psychological thriller, murder mystery whodunit, and this came out very recently, and I actually got it for 30% off as well. It was like a promotion Chapters was having to promote the new book. I'm very excited to read it. So the next one that I purchased is not a thriller novel. It is a fantasy novel, and actually one of my close personal friends, Bernie, if you're watching this, shout out to you, girl. I hope you are not letting me down, because if you are, I will not be reading these kind of books ever again. She suggested I read the first book of the ACOTAR series, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I'm not a big fantasy person, like, at all. Never have been, never will be. So I'm not really excited or don't know what to say when it comes to this book. My friend said that she really enjoyed it and suggested I read it. So I only picked up the first one because my main concern is, like, if I picked up the whole series, I didn't like the first book, I just wasted like $150+ or so Canadian, or however much it is on the Chapters website, on the whole series if I was not a fan of the book. So I'm hoping she does not let me down, and this is actually as good as people say it is. So this next book, I was actually initially going to buy it on Amazon, because at the time I was going to purchase it, I only found it on Amazon. Because every single time I've gone to Chapters, it's been completely sold out. But I saw it and I was like, yes, I have to have it. And it is None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. This is either the first or the second book I'm reading by Lisa Jewell. And again, it's a thriller type. It has to do about a podcaster, I believe. Again, I am not reading any of the blurbs or any of the excerpts at all of any of these novels. I am going in completely blind, because that's what I believe is the best way to get the full grasp of the novel, is to go in blind. So None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, and it is paperback. One thing you will notice is all of my books except for one are paperback, because I'm very much a paperback girly. I am not a hardcover girl. Never have been, never will be. I think hardcover is too bulky, and you end up losing like the sleeve for it, and then you forget what the book is, and it's no. So None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. Very, very excited to read this. Not gonna lie, I was very excited. I've been wanting to read this for the last couple months now, but I could never find it because it was always sold out at Chapters. So I snagged it. I got it. Let's hope I like it. And the last book that I purchased for this half of my TBR haul / book haul, because God knows I will probably be purchasing more books sometime soon, but I need to make sure I read all of these books first before I buy more, is First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. Unfortunately, they only have it available in the hardcover at the moment, and the softcover one that they have has the large print. I am not the biggest fan of hardcover books. Never have been, never will be, because with this little sleeve here, if I were to, let's say, like, forget the sleeve and just leave the book like this on my shelf, I will not know. Chances are I won't know what book is on here unless I physically, like, do that and I see what it is. So that's why I'm not the biggest fan of hardcover books. And also they're just extremely bulky, and they add a lot of unnecessary weight to whatever it is you're carrying the book in, whether it's a backpack, a purse, a duffel bag, a carry-on luggage, if you're one of those people that likes reading while you're going on the plane. So yeah, but I'm one of those where it's like, if I have no choice in the matter but to get it in hardcover, I'll get it in hardcover, but I would prefer them to be all in softbacks, like basically all the other books I have in this haul. So this is First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. This is a new release that has just come out. This is also from Reese Witherspoon's book club. I read another one of them from Reese Witherspoon's book club. It was okay. Like, I wouldn't read it again, but, like, I forced myself to read it because I didn't want to DNF it. I'm one of those where I prefer not to DNF books because then to me it's just a waste of money. If it's just going to sit on my shelf and collect dust, I might as well just read it, get out of the way. If I don't like it, just going to donate it. Somebody else can read it. So yeah, so the last one in this current haul is First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. So these are all the books for the second half, part 2 of my book haul / TBR thread. Follow me on GoodReads, which I will link down in the description box down below. If you'd like to see what books I have on my TBR, what I'm currently reading, what I've read, and how far I'm reading the books I'm currently reading. Leave a comment down below if you guys have any recommendations for me to add onto my TBR. I am a thriller girl, so any thrillers, murder mysteries, that type of thing. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.